Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Ms. TV Total Football. Hugo Ekitike. Hugo Ekitike, ladies and gentlemen, is a here we go for Liverpool. Liverpool continue with the madness, the spending spree for FSG and Liverpool. I mean, Liverpool have gone a couple of windows where they've done nothing. And now, since they've won the Premier League, they are going out there and absolutely balling. This is off the back of doing a British record for Florian Wirtz. They've also brought in Frimpong. They've brought in Kerkez. And now they've got Hugo Ekitike. Before I get into the whole Hugo Ekitike opinion from my side, I want to say I think Liverpool have definitely put a marker down that they are well and truly the biggest contender for the Premier League in the upcoming season. That's how I think. I mean, they've strengthened in almost every position and keeping a lot of their core players as well. You know, you still got Salah there, you still got Van Dijk, you've got Alisson, a lot of veterans, a lot of experience in the likes of McAllister and Gavrich. All of these players are still growing. Do you know what I mean? Like they're growing into proper stalwarts for Liverpool, along with Szoboszlai as well. They're going to get rid of a lot of players. Darwin Nunez, I think, now is well and truly, it's confirmed now with Hugo Ekitike there. Nunez needs to make way. Luis Diaz also needs to make way. They're gonna obviously pick up some money from there. Cody Gakpo is doing well. I don't think he's going to be leaving anytime soon. They've also let go of Trent Alexander-Arnold, where they made about 10 million, I think, in fees. Initially, it was a free, move, but the fact that Trent Alexander-Arnold, participated in the Club World Cup, there was a fee that was paid to Liverpool to release him earlier. So, look, a lot of people are wondering how they're doing this. How's Liverpool spending so much money? Where's the financial fair play? Where's FFP and PSR and all sorts of other jargons that you get thrown around when someone spends that much money? I mean, Liverpool are now close to 300 million, if not in excess of 300 million that they've spent on players already this summer. I mean, it shows great ambition. It shows great, I suppose, pull in the market as well, that a lot of these players, they were linked with other clubs, but they end up coming to Liverpool Football Club. Florian Wirtz been linked with Manchester City, linked with Bayern Munich, ends up choosing Liverpool only once. Liverpool. Hugo Ekitike, there's a lot of clubs that have been involved, including Chelsea Football Club as well. So look, great news for Liverpool. Liverpool fans, do let me know and everyone else know in the comment section how you feel about it. For me, you guys are definitely the number one contender for the Premier League next season. And not just in the Premier League, I think in the Champions League as well. Now, I want to talk a little bit about this transfer on its own. Hugo Ekitike, look, it's not something it's not a player that I know very well. I don't watch Bundesliga on a regular basis. I've seen clips of Hugo Ekitike. He looks like someone who is very good inside the box, no doubts about that. Aerially, he's very strong as well. He's tall, and is quite good on the feet. He's not clumsy. He's technical. But that fee, we're going to get into the fee. It's something in the region of 95 million euros. For me, that is, off the back of one proper season. I don't think Hugo Ekitike is a player that has had multiple top seasons, or at least 2 or 3 top seasons. It's just the one breakout season last season, and off the back of that 95 million euros. I mean, ultimately, Frankfurt, by the way, big up to Frankfurt, man. The kind of business that these guys have done, Marmoush, Ekitike, Jovetic, or Jovicic, I think that's his name, and many more. I think, they've Kolo Muani, for example, as well. So they've done a lot of big business, man. Frankfurt, somehow they managed to, they're sort of like the Brighton of the Bundesliga. They get all of these players for cheap, and then they sell them for, unbelievable amount of price. Now, going back to the Ekitike situation, it's a lot of money to pay, in my opinion. I think there's a good player there, no doubt. Look, I feel like there's a lot of people in the social media, they're doing a bit too much about this. Like, oh, he's the next big thing. He's going to be like Isak, and he may well turn out to be. But I don't think he's just going to come in and the Premier League defenders are just going to open up their legs and just allow someone like Ekitike to just take full advantage in the Premier League. I think initially there'll be an adaptation moment. I still think this could turn out to be the Darwin Nunez, how Nunez never worked out. It could potentially turn out to be like that. Now, a lot of people are saying look, he's nothing like Nunez. He's a lot better player. He's going to turn out to be good. Well, it may well be. And look, he's supporting players that he has. He's got the likes of Salah. He's got the likes of Florian Wirtz just behind him. He'll have Cody Gakpo or whoever else, Frimpong, Kirkez. So he's supporting players that he has is going to make sure that he does bang for Liverpool. But look, the way I now look at it, yes, prior to this transaction, it was clear that Liverpool are definitely the contenders. Now with this transaction, they've got themselves a striker. I still think, I don't know if Ekitike is completely going to work out. Maybe that's me being a bit fearful of Liverpool. Maybe that's me being hopeful that he doesn't work out. One thing I do want to say now, though, it's a huge challenge for the rest of the Premier League. I hope, teams like your Cities, your Arsenal, especially us, Chelsea. I can only speak about Chelsea because Arsenal, you've missed your boat. For Chelsea Football Club, I hope we look at this situation with Liverpool and really take the challenge upon and not get scared, not get worried about what they're doing. Of course, what they're doing is quite incredible, but we should look at it like the whole PSG situation where PSG, super club, Liverpool are, off the back of this transfer window, they are looking like a super club. We should look at Liverpool and try and take the challenge to them, and not just Chelsea Football Club. I throw that against all of the other Premier League teams because Liverpool have put themselves a marker. They've put a marker on themselves that they're the team to beat in this Premier League in the upcoming season. They've done incredible business in multiple positions to put themselves in a strong situation to win the Premier League. They have put the marker on themselves that everyone else needs to go out there and try and prove them that this league is not going to be won that easily. So, look, fantastic, I suppose, player to bring in, but I think the fee is quite mad. But as I said, with all the supporting players that Liverpool have, he may turn out to be a bit of a banger. Breaking, coming from Fabrizio Romano, Hugo Ekitike to Liverpool. Here we go. Deal in place for fee over 90 million euros for the French striker to join from Eintracht Frankfurt, potentially reaching 95 million euros. As I said, Frankfurt, they make a lot of money. They make a lot of money. 6-year deal for Ekitike, valid until June 2031. He only wanted Liverpool move. New striker for slot. I mean, incredible. A lot of people still think that Isak is going to happen. I don't think so. Liverpool did intend to go for Isak. I still believe Isak was the number one choice, but Isak's price at 120 million wasn't even accepted by Newcastle. I think Newcastle wanted somewhere around 150 million range, and maybe then it could have been done. Look, I'm glad Newcastle haven't got rid of Isak. There is still some sort of rumors that it could potentially happen. Saudis are interested as well. But Liverpool must have looked at all of that and said, you know what, the financials, the finance side of things, but of acquiring someone like Isak is too expensive, not just from the transfer fee situation, but his wages will be a bit of a problem. I don't think the wages for Ekitike is that high. And this is probably why Liverpool have gone and done this transaction for 95 million euros with add-ons included. Liverpool generally they scout well, and he's a young player, and it's one of those ones where they feel that he could potentially turn out to be like Isak. We shall see down the track. Ladies and gentlemen, let me know your thoughts in regards to this move for Liverpool. Does it make them title contenders outright? Outright title contenders? Does it make them the team to beat next season? Let me know your thoughts. Or do you think it's not as straightforward? And especially for Ekitike, I don't think it's that straightforward to make it at Liverpool. Football Club. Let me know your thoughts. Smash up the like button if you're here for the first time. Subscribe, hit the bell notification to stay in touch with all my content. Until next time, take care. See ya.